Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is the author of a brand new book. You see it behind him. It's called The Tea Party Goes to Washington. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Got some tough choices in the next week.
Yeah, the hard part is even if we did cut $50 billion, we go from $1.65 trillion deficit to 1.6.
Right.
We just still keep piling on the debt. We can't do it. I don't think we can last that.
And the way the mainstream media has portrayed it is Republicans want a government shutdown.
Right. The Democrats have been saying that for weeks now. But the interesting thing is they set it up. They don't want a choice. Their choice is either you give us what we want or we shut the government down. I keep saying, look, we bring in $200 billion a month. Can't we spend what we bring in like the rest of America does?
Absolutely. And you would think that they would get the message of November. The message that swept you into office was you got to do more with less.
Absolutely, and the president doesn't get it. His proposal is to spend $46 trillion over 10 years and add $13 trillion to the debt. I don't think we can sustain that kind of debt.
Well, one place where they can't sustain the spend and binge they're on is the state of Wisconsin, and last night the Assembly passed it, but you've got all the Democrats in the Senate out there AWOL.
I think eventually it may come back to bite them. When the government shuts down because they're not there, who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Republicans, and they're in Illinois at a resort. So I think there could be a problem. But my favorite Scott Walker quote is when he said the president got involved and told him what to do. He said, look, Mr. President, when you figure out your budgetary problems in Washington, then you can come to Wisconsin.
Absolutely. Because that state is facing a big red hole, and they've got to do something about it. And unless the Democrats come back, Governor Walker, is going to have to lay off maybe as many as 12,000 people.
Right. And all the states are having the same crunch. We're all short of money. The federal government's short of money. The states are short of money. So I think the problems get worse before they get better, and it's going to take bold thinkers, Chris Christie, Scott Walker, people in Washington to do the same thing. That's what it's going to take.
I started reading your book a couple of days ago. It's terrific.
Thank you.
You do a good job explaining the history and the philosophy and the importance of the Tea Party right now.
Well, I think the Tea Party, people keep saying, is the Tea Party going to be co-opted by Washington? I say, look, we just got there and they ended earmarks. Even the president now says no more earmarks. Right. So I think we're co-opting Washington in a way.
If Thomas Jefferson were alive today and he walked into the halls of Congress and he saw what was going on there, what would he make of this?
He would be aghast. You know, several of his writings talk about debt and piling on the debt. There's several quotes we use in the book, too, about him believing that the Constitution should be the chains that bind government and keep it from growing. But, you know, we have one big chance. The biggest chance we have right now of getting back constitutional government is the Supreme Court case over Obamacare. If we win that, it's not just about health care. It's about that the government can't do anything at once.
Your father's organization, Campaign for Liberty, is making sure that every member of Congress, all 535 of them, get a copy of your book.
Yeah, we can't make them read it, though, is a problem.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How many are going to read it?
I don't know, but I think that trying to influence those in Washington, a lot of them are well-meaning. I think most of the Republicans if they were all here, we'd agree in philosophy. They want smaller government. But we have to be tough enough to say, look, we can cut the $10 million here, the $50 million here. If you can't cut $50 million, you surely can't balance a $1.6 trillion deficit.
Right. Well, if folks are interested in a great book that talks about the history and the philosophy and the importance of the Tea Party, that's it. The Tea Party Goes to Washington. Senator Rand Paul, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Terrific. All right.